Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Candela. I'm a hypnotherapist and a transformation coach. Welcome to my channel. You're about to listen to a recording of one of my regression sessions. Enjoy. I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see down below you, or the very first impressions that you get as you come to the surface.
There's tall grass, trees.
So what I'd like you to do is look down at where your feet would be and tell me what you're wearing on your feet.
Nothing.
You're barefoot?
Yeah.
And become aware of your body and tell me what you notice wearing on your body.
Beaded anklets, hand bracelets.
Anything else?
The leather wrap around my waist.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything on the top part of your body?
Like a small bralette-like wrap, same kind of leather.
Okay. Anything in your hair? On your head?
No.
And are you in a male or a female body?
Female.
Young or old?
Young.
What age are you?
20s maybe?
Are you healthy?
Yes.
Okay. So become aware of what else is around you other than tall grass and trees.
I see some mountains behind me.
And become aware of why you are standing there.
I think I was running and I stopped.
Are you running away from something or towards something?
I think I was running away from something, but playful, not afraid.
Okay. So are you alone there?
Yeah.
As you look back, perhaps you can now become aware of what you were running away from.
I just see the mountains.
Did you come from the mountains?
I don't think so. I think I'm in a valley.
Okay. Can you describe your hair to me?
Long, like middle of my back maybe, and wavy.
Mm-hmm. And what about your skin tone?
Tan.
Mm-hmm. So how do you feel standing there in the middle of that grass?
Free.
Okay. On the count of 3, you're going to see yourself in front of a place where you live. 1, 2, and 3. So tell me what you're seeing.
I see like a small village of like huts, just dirt floors and stones.
How big is the village?
It's small.
Do you know how many houses there are?
10 or 12.
And what else do you notice?
In the center is like a large fire pit or something.
Do you know what happens there?
I think celebrations.
Now, do you see people around you?
No.
What are you looking at right now?
Just the empty village.
And why is it empty?
I don't know. They're gone.
How do you feel about that?
Kind of sad. Almost like nostalgic.
Do you know where they have gone?
No.
Are they coming back?
No.
So I'd like you to just see yourself standing in front of a place where you live. And what does that look like?
It's bigger in the center of the houses, and the roof is like golden thatched, and it's brighter than the other roofs.
Why is it brighter?
I think it was more prominent, or held like the leaders or something.
Is it made differently from different material?
Yeah, it's better. It's higher quality.
I see. And is your house bigger than those around it?
Yeah.
Describe it to me a little bit more.
This has a thatched roof that's golden, and there's stones at the bottom, like from the river, outlining the hut. There's like rafters inside, and a large fire pit in the middle.
Is the house separated into rooms?
No, it's just open.
Okay. Is there a door and windows? Or?
Yeah, there's a door and like a window at the top of the roof.
Is it covered with anything?
No.
It's just an opening.
Mm-hmm.
And what are the walls made of?
I think like mud or clay.
When you walk inside, what do you see other than the fire pit in the middle?
The wooden beams and some ashes where there was a fire in the fire pit, but there's not anything. It's just empty.
Just become aware of who usually lives there with you or used to live there with you.
I think there was an older guy, like the leader of the village, and there's kids around.
And how are they related to you?
I think the kids were just from the village. They're just like running and playing, and I think I was someone's daughter, the older guy's daughter.
What is his position in the village?
He's like the leader, like a chief.
Okay. And you're going to start to become clearer and clearer about the events that took place, where everybody is right now, and why you're there alone. Tell me if you get any sense of that.
I think he died, like he was shot or something, like they left and were shot.
So we're going to take a little journey. On the count of 3, I'd like you to go back to the time when the villagers were still there, to the day that was the turning point in the life of the village. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what you're seeing around you.
I'm in the house with the older guy.
Mm-hmm. What do you call him?
I don't know. He's just sitting down and smiling and jumps up and leaves. There's drums and running. Someone's coming. And so they're alerted to leave.
Allow yourself to be an observer as though you're watching a movie unfolding in front of you. And so when the drum beat comes and your father runs out, follow him and see what happens.
He's just running, and in the field there's a guy with a rifle, like a 2-barreled long rifle that shoots him in the face, just out of nowhere.
So he was running towards the guy?
Yeah.
Do you understand why he was running to him?
I think they were fighting. He was going to fight him.
And can you see the guy with the rifle?
Yeah.
Can you describe him to me?
He has white skin. He has a hat on, like an older kind of cap, with like uniform clothes. They're not nice. It's not like a fancy uniform.
What does his uniform look like?
It's like white and blue. His cap is white and his shirt is blue. And he has white straps over his shirt that cross.
Mm-hmm. And do you know that man? Have you seen him before?
No.
And what does the man do after he shoots your father?
He leaves.
Why do you think he was there? Was he there just for your father?
I don't think he knew they were there.
Oh, he didn't expect to see the villagers?
No.
Do you know why that white man was there at all?
No, I think they were exploring the land and were in a different area. I don't think they knew that they were there.
I see. What happens to your father now?
I don't know, he's just laying there. There's nobody else around. Nobody goes back to the village.
Are people aware that he got shot?
No. I think they got shot too.
So go back to the village and see what's happening there.
It's just empty. There's some kids screaming like chaos, and they're just running out of the village, just running away.
Are there many casualties?
I think so.
And what do you do at that point? See yourself in that time again with the villagers? What are you doing?
I don't think I was there when they got shot. I was somewhere and didn't know until after it happened.
Okay. So you're just observing. What do the villagers do?
They leave. I think there might be another village somewhere close that some women and children are going to go to.
Did all the men get shot?
Yeah.
So on the count of 3, I'd like you to travel to where you were while all of this was happening. 1, 2, and 3. What do you notice?
I'm in a forested area, foraging, like I'm picking things, but I don't have to be, I just like doing it.
What are you looking for?
Different edible plants.
And what do you make out of them?
Medicines or just to eat. They're sweet.
Do you do this often?
Yeah.
Do you make medicine for the villagers?
Yeah, I can. I think sick people come to that hut where I was with the older guy.
Are you considered to be a medicine woman?
I don't know. I think people like me. And I'm nice and help them, so they come for help.
Is there anybody that was teaching you about the medicine plants?
I don't know. Maybe the older guy has told me some things.
Okay. And so when you're finished, what did you do next?
I came back to the village and no one was there. I saw some kids running and screaming, the women taking them and leaving. But they were running like no one would tell me why they were running.
How do you feel in that moment?
Confused.
And what did you do?
Ran out to figure out where everyone was. I didn't follow the women and children. I went straight out into the fields.
And what happens when you get there?
I think I see him laying in the grass, the older guy, but I know he was dead. I leaned down, like fell to my knees where his head was.
And what are you feeling at that moment?
Sad and panicked.
And what do you decide to do next?
I went back to the village and got some things and left.
Where are you heading?
I don't know.
Do you know where the village nearby is?
Yeah, I think it's on the other side of a small hill or mountainous area. It's really small, near like a shoreline.
And is that where you're going?
I don't think I go there. I think I go to see what happened. Like, who did it?
So on the count of 3, you're going to move to the moment when you reach some sort of destination. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me where you end up.
A place by the water where there's boats and people are digging. They're building like colonizers or something.
What are they building?
A place to stay, like a house.
Mm-hmm. How big is the boat?
Medium-ish size. I think it's a ship, but like a small ship.
And how many people do you see?
A lot, maybe like 50 people. Men, I don't see any women.
Are they dressed in any certain way?
I see some people with the white caps and the blue shirts, and it just looks old. Light spun cotton or potato sack clothes. They're just old.
Old in terms of olden times?
Yeah.
Okay. And so what do you do when you approach that place?
I just observe them.
Do any of them see you?
No.
And what do you decide to do next?
I think I left and went to that village by the water.
Okay. So on the count of 3, you're going to arrive in that village. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what happens.
The guy in charge of that village, I'm trying to tell him that those people are there and that they have to do something, but he won't do anything.
Why?
He doesn't understand what happened to my villagers. He doesn't comprehend what those people are. They're not known to them. So he doesn't understand what I was trying to tell him.
What about the survivors of your village? Are they there?
Yeah, the women with the children.
Did they not share with him what happened?
Yeah, I don't know if the women saw the men that shot our men, so they don't know. I think he's scared. The leader of that village is scared.
And so what happens next?
I don't think he does anything. I think they give the women and children a home with somebody there.
And where do you stay?
In the place with the leader of that village.
And so on the count of 3, you're going to move to the next significant event in that life. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what's happening.
Those people come into that village while they're sleeping.
And what happens?
The villagers get shot by the people. They die.
All of them?
Yeah.
What happens to you?
I don't think I died.
Did anybody else survive?
I don't know. I think some kids ran away, but I don't know what happened to them.
And what happens to you?
I don't know. Maybe I get taken by one of the guys. He doesn't shoot me.
So as you take the next breath, the information will become clearer and clearer to you as though a veil is lifted. So tell me what happened.
I just go with this guy to the place where I saw them.
Did they take anybody else?
No.
Do you know why they took you?
I think the guy didn't shoot me because I was pretty.
And so, see yourself arriving there. What happens next?
I don't know. They were nice to me. And the guy was trying to show me around. He was trying to tell me what they were doing.
And what do they do with you? Do they give you a place to live?
I think I live with this guy. He takes me to live with him.
Does he have his own house?
He's in like a tent.
What is his position there, do you know?
I don't know. He's in like a military position. I think he is like a head soldier, but he's not completely in charge.
And how does he treat you?
He's nice.
And so what do you do during the day?
Nothing. I'm just in this guy's tent. I just feel sad.
So on the count of 3, we're going to move forward in time to the next significant event in that location. 1, 2, and 3. And tell me what you see.
I think I'm pregnant by that guy that took me.
How much time have you been there?
Maybe a year.
And have you learned the language now?
Yeah.
Tell me what's happening with you.
I feel like I'm just a regular housewife, and I never got to go back to my village.
And you're still at the same location?
Yeah.
And what's happening there? What are the soldiers doing now?
They are still building some things, but there's buildings done. Like there's buildings where the ships come in that are done.
Were they building like a port?
Yeah, to start a settlement or a city or something. But I can't leave there. I'm not allowed to go far. I think he thinks that I'll run away.
Are you free to go around the settlement?
Yeah.
How do others treat you?
And I think they treat me okay. I think they know if they didn't, that they would be in trouble by that guy.
And do they have a name for this place that they're building? Do they call it anything?
I don't know.
Do they have any papers, any documents, or any letters that maybe you have seen?
No.
Are you able to read their language?
I think so.
So move to the time when your child is born. 1, 2, and 3. What happens?
I just give birth at home, like in my place.
Is there anybody to help you?
There's a woman there, like an older woman, but she doesn't like it. Like she's being made to help me and she doesn't really want to.
Is she white?
Yeah. Like she's jealous of me or something.
Was she brought in from the outside to help you?
Yeah.
How's the child?
Fine, healthy. It's a boy.
And how are you feeling?
Excited and worried.
What are you worried about?
What his life will be.
How do you feel about this child?
I love him.
What about the man that you're with?
I don't know if I love him. He's just nice to me.
How does he react to the child?
Happy and excited because it's a boy.
So on the count of 3, let's move to the next significant event in that life. 1, 2, and 3. Where are you?
Home.
Where is home?
In the same place. It's like a cabin.
And what do you see around you?
I feel like I'm outside putting laundry up or something. And my son is older.
How old is he now?
Late teenager, early 20s. I think he killed someone and I feel upset about it.
Is he telling you about it?
Yeah, like he's excited that he's a part of that military people now, and he killed someone.
Whom did he kill?
I think he killed a native person.
Do you talk to him about it?
No, but I just remember when I found the older guy and I felt really upset.
He must understand that you're a native.
Yeah.
And he's part native. And so that doesn't bother him.
No, I think he feels proud about it.
About killing?
Yeah. He got like a honor or something for doing it.
And where's his father?
The father knows because he was proud of him.
So is the father still in the same position, or has anything changed? Because it's been now about 20 years.
I think the father is a counsel person who advises.
So as you stand outside, do you see how the area changed in the past 20 years?
It's busy. The water is busy. And there's people.
So this is a port now?
Yeah.
So who comes there?
Different people trading.
And your settlement, what does it look like?
My home is a little outside of the town, but it's a town.
How big is the town?
Like medium size, but it's busy.
Can you describe to me what people look like, what they're dressed in? Not the soldiers, just regular people.
see some people that are different. They come from different lands, but I see the buckles on their brown pants. Some cropped pants with white shirts, like linen shirts.
And the women?
Long gowns. They're not nice. They're not like fancy gowns. They're like pioneer gowns, kind of.
Mm-hmm. And where are the people coming from? You said they're from different lands. What lands are they coming from?
I think some people came from India. They have like the spices from India. And I think there's some Spanish people from Spain.
So they speak all different languages?
Yeah, but they know to trade. They're getting animal furs.
And what language do you speak now with the people that you live with?
I think I speak English.
Do English-speaking people come to that port?
Yeah, they're sent there for business. They were sent there to build it.
Do other people come?
I don't think anybody comes to visit or to just live there. It's just for business.
Are the animal furs brought there or they are bought there?
They're bought there.
And who sells them?
The English people, the initial people that came there.
Okay, so they became the fur traders?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about your life there now that you've spent 20 years or 21 years there?
I feel lonely and disappointed.
What is your relationship with this man like?
It's okay, it's not harmful, but it's not fulfilling.
Is he still nice to you?
Yeah, I think he loves me a lot.
Do you ever talk to him about your life before him?
No, I think I told him before that I was sad, and he didn't care. He just disregarded it because he thinks the life there is so good.
I see. So on the count of 3, you're going to move to the last day of this life. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what you're noticing.
I am in bed in my home.
Is it the same house as before?
Yeah.
And is there anybody around you?
Yeah, somebody's there beside me holding my hand.
Become aware of who that is.
I think it's my son.
And how old is your son now?
30s, mid-30s, late 30s.
Okay. And about how old are you?
50s.
Okay. Are you sick?
I think I was sick.
And what was wrong?
I think I had like tuberculosis or something because I was coughing blood. And I know that nothing can be done about it.
And how do you feel at that point?
I feel kind of relieved to know that I'll die and it'll be over.
And your husband?
I think he's died. He's not there.
Okay. And as you approach your last breath, just become aware of what kind of relationship you have with your son.
I think he loves me and I love him, but there's some distance because he didn't know his life as a Native person. He's disconnected from it, and I feel sad that piece is missing for him, but I understand it.
Did he always remain more white?
Yeah, he has dark hair, but he's not as tan as me.
Okay. And is he saying anything to you?
That he's sad that I'm leaving.
And are you saying anything back to him?
That it's gonna be okay, that he'll be fine, that I'm proud of him for his life, that he's a good man.
And what is he doing with his life now?
I think he still does things in the military. He advises like his dad was doing.
Does he have his own family?
Yeah.
So just allow your spirit to gently leave your body and begin to ascend. And as you rise above your body, look down at what you have left behind. What is your first reaction to it?
It seems disappointing. The life that I had is not what I thought it would be.
So as you take your next breath, just continue to lift higher and higher. You may notice that there is somebody waiting for you, welcoming you back. And who is it that's welcoming you back?
I feel like it's the old guy from the beginning.
And how is your reunion?
Happy, kind of sad. Like I missed you, kind of sad.
What do you know about him now that you've forgotten before?
I think he was my grandpa.
And are you part of the same soul family?
Yes.
Is he in your current life?
I think he was my grandpa here.
And does he have a message for you?
He just says that he's proud of me.
Spend a moment reconnecting with him, giving him a hug. And allow all of those images to begin to fade away. Letting go of that comfortable state that you met, the people begin to be pulled away into time. You begin to turn back through space and time. Stop and look at appropriate time and traveling there, guided by your heart. You're beginning to slow down as you approach appropriate time and begin to descend to the surface. And I want you to tell me once again the very first thing that you see below you, or the very first impression that you have as you come down to the surface.
Just see some stone walls off of a path.
Where is the path leading?
To a home.
Describe it to me.
It's not a castle, but it's like a castle because it's just stones.
So it's a large home?
Yeah.
Is there anything else around that house?
Yeah, there's a field, like landscaping.
And do you see anything else or anybody else around?
I think there's people in the house and a woman outside.
Okay, so before we go to the house, I'd like you to look down at your feet and tell me what you're wearing on your feet.
Tie shoes. You can tie them and there's a heel on them, like a small heel.
Become aware of what you're wearing on your body.
There's lots of layers. There's pants or some kind of leggings. And I have a dress on, but there's a lot of layers under it.
And what does your dress look like?
It's pink, like a light pink. There's some ruffles on the wrists of it.
Is it long sleeve or short sleeve?
It's long.
And what's the weather like outside?
It's warm. It's like summertime.
And are you wearing anything else in your arms or head?
No, I don't see anything.
What about your hair? What does it look like?
It's curly and some of it's pinned on the sides.
I'm guessing you're in a female body?
Yeah.
And about how old are you?
I think in my 20s.
Are you healthy?
Yeah.
Is this house where you live?
Yeah.
So go ahead towards the house, and as you see people around you, can you describe to me what they look like?
There's a guy with brown pants and suspenders with a curly mustache. And the woman outside is dressed like me, only her dress is brighter pink.
Do you know who she is?
Maybe my sister or my friend.
Can you approach her?
Yeah.
How do you greet her?
With a hug. She's excited to see me.
And what do you do after that?
Go inside.
So as you enter the house, describe to me what you see.
There's a staircase inside, and it's nice. There's a lot of nice things, like collectibles.
Is it several stories high?
I think it's 2.
Okay. So what do you see on the first floor?
Bright windows, like walls of windows, and a seating area, and the staircase going upstairs.
Go ahead and go upstairs and tell me what's there.
There's bedrooms and like an office, study space.
Does it belong to anybody in particular?
I think it's mine, or I like it, or spend time there.
Can you go to your bedroom?
Yeah, it's like at the end. It's big. The room is big and spacious, and there's tapestries on the wall. It's just large, like a large bed.
So when you get dressed in the morning and get ready, does somebody help you?
Yeah, I think someone helps me. I think there's people that stay there in the house.
And what is your position in the house?
I don't think it's my house. I don't know.
Okay. So on the count of 3, you're going to see yourself having a meal in that house. 1, 2, and 3. And describe to me what you see.
There's 4 other people there.
Sitting on the table?
Yeah. And they're happy. Everyone's happy.
How big is the table?
I think it's a big table that could fit a lot of people, but there's only me and the 4 people there.
And where are you sitting?
At the end of the table, like the head of the table.
Is there somebody sitting on the opposite end?
No.
So you're the only one at the head of the table?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you sit there?
I think it's my table.
And who are the other 4 people?
The woman from outside and somebody she's dating, and then 2 friends.
And are all of you about the same age?
Yeah.
Is there anybody else who lives in that house with you?
Yeah, the helpers.
Servants?
Yeah.
So become aware of who this house belongs to.
I think it was left to me by my father or grandfather, because they're not there.
Both of your parents are gone now?
Yeah.
And you live by yourself? The young woman that you saw outside, is she your sister or your friend?
I think she's my friend, but we've been friends for a long time, so I call her my sister.
And so you just have friends living with you?
Yeah.
And what do you do during the day?
I think I just read.
So your money was left by your parents?
Yeah.
And that's enough for you to live your entire life?
Yeah, I think so. And the other people, they do things, then they help. But I don't think I have to do things.
On the count of 3, let's move to the next significant event in that life. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what's happening.
I'm getting married.
Who are you marrying?
I don't know. He wasn't one of the friends.
So what are you seeing? Where are you now?
Outside, courtyard area.
Is this your wedding day?
Yeah.
Do you see him?
Yeah.
And how do you feel about him?
I am excited and happy. I love him a lot.
What is his family like, or his background?
I think he travels for some kind of business. I think that's how I met him.
So he has to make his own living?
Yeah.
Does he have any family money?
No, I don't think so. But he's not poor. He's made a good business.
Would he be considered a merchant?
I think so.
And are you okay with marrying somebody who's working?
Yeah.
And just become aware of what his business is.
I think it's some kind of art or something he makes or draws or something.
And you're just going to have an awareness and knowing and remember what it is that he does.
I think it's like maps.
Does he draw maps?
I think he does. Draw maps that are important, and people pay a lot of money for them.
He travels so he can draw the maps.
He works with people who take measurements and he draws them and sells it.
Does he travel a lot?
Yeah, with the finished maps to sell them.
Let's go to sometime after the wedding. Just tell me where you're living.
In the same house.
So he came to live with you?
Yeah.
And how is married life?
It's good.
And do you know if you're going to be traveling with him?
I don't think I travel far with him. I don't think it's the proper thing to do. So I stay home and wait for him.
So on the count of 3, I'd like you to move to the next significant event in that life. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what's happening.
I don't know what's happening. We're just together.
And where are you?
Outside, walking in a town.
And what do you see around you?
Nothing. Like it's late at night and it's raining. I don't see anything.
And you're walking in the rain late at night?
We got caught in the rain going somewhere.
So just see yourself arriving wherever your destination is. Where do you find yourself?
I don't know. Like a hotel place? Somewhere we're staying.
Okay. What do you see around you as you enter?
The front desk, kind of.
And what happens next? Where do you go?
I think we just go to bed to lay down.
Okay. So you're going to move to the next events that take place the next day, 1, 2, and 3. And tell me where you are.
I think I'm in London. In a place where I'm speaking. Like an auditorium or something.
And what are you speaking about?
I think I wrote a book or something.
About what?
Alchemy or philosophy.
That's unusual for a woman to write about, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like this is the first time. And I think he knows people who he talked into letting me speak about it.
And tell me about this presentation. Do you have a big crowd in front of you?
It's like a classroom. There's students, maybe.
Mm-hmm. And how are they receiving your talk?
I think they're interested, but I think they think it's strange for it to be a woman.
Right. And what kinds of things do you talk to them about?
I'm talking to them about what other people studied.
And I want you to look at the book that you wrote. I want you to look at the cover and tell me what you see on the cover.
I think it says something about alchemy, but I think it's in Latin.
Okay. Does it have your name on it?
No.
Does it have anyone's name on it?
I think it's like a Latin name.
Okay. And what does the book look like?
It's green with gold lettering on the front.
Does it have a hardcover?
Yes.
Alright, so let's just move to the time after you finished your presentation. Tell me how you feel about it. How did it go?
I feel excited and nervous. I think I was nervous the whole time. And I want to do it again, but I don't know if I can.
Let's move forward in time, and I want to find out how your book did, and if you have done any more presentations.
I think I did okay, but I wasn't famous or anything. I think I just had a few people who would listen to me.
Did you write any other books?
I don't think I published anything. I think I just wrote it. I wrote things in journals, but I never published anything.
Become aware of your relationship with your husband through the years.
Good. I think he felt intimidated.
And is that an issue in your relationship?
I don't think he makes it an issue. He pretends like it's not a problem, but I know.
So on the count of 3, I'd like you to move to the last day of that life. 1, 2, and 3. Tell me what's happening.
I'm in bed in my house.
Is there anybody with you?
There's somebody there, I think it's a caretaker.
And why are you in bed?
I'm old and dying. I don't think I'm sick.
Approximately how old are you?
80 maybe, 70s.
Okay. Is your husband still with you?
I think he's there and he's sad.
Anybody else?
No,
Have you had children in your life?
I don't think so.
So in the next breath, allow your spirit to lift out of your body gently and comfortably. And as you float above, what's your initial reaction and feeling?
I feel sad that I left him behind, but I feel good about the things I did in my life.
Do you know if he's going to be okay moving forward?
Yeah, I don't think he lives a lot longer.
So allow yourself to leave those images behind, drifting and floating away from that life. I want all of the consciousness and personality of Sarah to once again fully integrate back into the body. I'm going to invite the higher consciousness now to step forward. May I speak to you and ask you questions?
Yes.
Thank you. So I know that the higher consciousness could have brought forth many different lifetimes for Sarah to see today. But you chose the life of a Native woman and the life of a woman writer. Can you tell us why you picked those 2 lives?
To show perseverance.
Is that important for Sarah in this lifetime?
Yes.
Why is it important?
Because she doesn't know that she can overcome the tragedies.
I see. Can you help me understand a little bit the second life that we visited? Actually, let's start with the first one. Can you tell me about the purpose that she had for the life as a Native woman?
To help other people see the good in life.
And the woman that wrote the metaphysical book, what purpose did that life?
To do what she wanted to do, even though it wasn't what the world said was okay to do.
I see. It seems like in the first one she was studying the medicine of the plants and helping others, and in this life she was writing a book on a metaphysical topic. Did those 2 lives contribute to her soul awakening?
Yes.
Are those skills that she brought into this life?
Yes.
Can you help her understand what the skills are so she can perhaps choose to use them this time around?
Just to see illnesses in others, emotional illnesses, spiritual illnesses, and help give them guidance on healing those things holistically.
Is she currently using those skills?
Not for others.
So is it important for her to begin to help others?
Yes.
Can you help then move to the forefront the inner knowledge, the inner memory of those abilities that she developed before, so they can become more activated in this lifetime.
Yes.
So I want to ask about the purpose that she chose for this lifetime. Can you tell me what she wanted to experience this time around?
Perseverance through hardship.
I'd like you to take her to that moment in between lives where she's making decisions about who she'll come in contact and what part they will play in her life. Can you take her to that moment?
Yes.
And I want you to tell me what she's experiencing.
Different kinds of relationships and deep friendships.
Are you making agreements about those?
Yes.
And what are the decisions that you're making?
About losing some friendships to strengthen others.
Mm-hmm. I want you to see what decisions are being made around your relationship with your first husband.
Forgiveness.
So what is the part that you choose to play in each other's lives?
As examples of forgiveness and spiritual leadership.
Is that something that both of you give to each other, or is that something that he gives to you?
We both do.
Okay. And then as you come to the decision about other significant relationships in your life, what else comes forward?
Learning to accept love from someone, and that happiness doesn't come from someone else, just from yourself. Will let you feel the love of someone else.
So is that the agreement that you're making with the soul that becomes your current boyfriend, or is there somebody else?
That's just with this one.
Is there anybody else there that is a potential serious relationship for you?
No.
And as you stand there making that decision, that agreement, what is the feeling that you're sensing?
Balance.
Let me go back to the higher self. And I'd like to ask about the significance of her chosen career path, being an archaeologist. Is her passion for it coming from past experiences, past lives?
Yes, to go back to them, to get a piece of it.
So reconnect with her past experiences.
Yes.
Was there an experience before where she was an archaeologist?
No.
Is the lesson of this life to persist in following her dream and her path?
Yes.
How does that then reconcile with the skills that she has developed in the previous lives? How can she bring those together, utilizing the skills yet following her career path?
There's a history of the metaphysical that can be found in the archaeological record that can shed light for today, like ancient knowledge lost that can be found.
Is that what her focus should be?
Yes.
I want to ask about any past connections with an issue of false accusations. Sarah reacts very deeply to instances when she's falsely accused. Can you help shed light on that issue and where the origin of that is?
People wouldn't have died if someone would have listened.
Are you talking about the chief in the first life?
Yes.
Was she accused of falsifying information?
Like she made it up.
Okay. So she wasn't believed?
Yes.
So what is her reaction now? Is power is being taken away from her words?
Yeah, just the fight for truth.
So I wonder if you can help her now to begin to let go of the negative, painful, subconscious memories that will allow her to speak her truth, but yet not have an emotional, painful connection to the past. So I'm going to touch the chest right here in the center. Just imagine that center of your chest opening up, beginning to vent out that painful memory, that painful sense of unfairness. And the earth takes it in and transmutes that energy. And once that clears away, I want you to imagine beautiful white golden light that enters into your chest and begins to fill that space that has just been emptied out with healing, empowering energy that spreads through your entire body, travels to your vocal cords, empowers them. You feel the power returning to you. The power of voice, the power of speech, the power of your experience, the power of your knowing. And you begin to feel at a very deep level that all is well. And that however the experience shapes itself, you can just speak your truth and allow the life to unfold as it will, for each soul chooses the experiences that it wants to have. I want to address the higher self again and tell me if Sarah is able to experience the deep shift in her right now.
Yes.
Is there anything else that needs to be shifted?
I think it's sufficient.
Good, thank you. The next question that Sarah has is about being a homeowner. She's wondering if that is in her future and she's able to experience owning a home.
Yes.
Is there significance to this experience for her?
She needs to have a garden space that she creates.
So can you give her a vision or a sense of what her next step should be or when she would be able to have it?
In a few years.
And I also wanted to ask if the location where she is right now is conducive energetically to her success in her career path. Or is there another location that would help her be more successful?
A home here and a home abroad.
In which country?
The UK.
Okay. Is that where her second life was?
Yes.
Okay. And so Sarah also wants to know about the possibility of having another son or another child. Was there an agreement with another soul about being her son?
Yes.
And is that still an open potential?
Yes, Because she lost the first one.
She lost the first child?
Yes.
So if she has another son, it will be the first soul coming back? Or is it somebody else?
It's someone else.
So what is the connection between her losing the first son and having another one?
Having that son for someone else allowed them to wait to come later in her life. They weren't ready to come then, but can come later.
Are you talking about the soul?
Yeah.
Okay. So it is still coming?
Yeah.
Sarah has a question about the dream that she had about two groups of people that are different levels of consciousness. One group goes with angelic beings, and the other group receives chains or necklaces that they're wearing that have 3-digit numbers on them. So can you help her understand the significance of that dream and what those numbers meant?
There are years that they've spent away from the source of life.
Are you talking about human years?
Yes.
Why is that number significant for them?
To feel the weight of the distance that their choices have created.
Is it to remind them or incentivize them to begin the journey back?
Yes.
I see. Thank you. So another interesting experience I want to ask about, when Sarah was about 7 or 8 years old, she had an experience with extraterrestrials. Can you give her a higher perspective about what was happening?
They created together in other lives. That's not the only visit.
So they have sort of long-term relationship agreements?
Yes.
Are they still working together?
Yes.
I want to ask you to do a full body scan of Sarah. Scan her entire body for any imbalances or anything that needs attention. And tell me what you're doing and tell me what you're finding as you do that.
Blockages in the stomach.
Can you tell me what's causing them?
Anxiety and fear.
Any particular cause for anxieties and fears?
General and worry about the future.
So what can you do for her now? Can you help lighten the blockages, loosen them?
Yes.
Go ahead and do that. And tell me how you're doing that.
Replacing darkness with light.
Okay. Tell me when that's done, and then keep going with the scan.
It's done. There's heaviness in the legs because of the hips.
What's with the hips?
Not in alignment.
Can you align them right now?
No.
Why not? I know higher self can do that. And if you need to call in surgeons that are in spirit that can make the necessary adjustments, those are available to you. Can you do that?
Yes.
So tell me what you're doing.
Moving the hips and putting light into the legs.
Mm-hmm.
It's lighter.
Good. I know that higher self can do all physical adjustments in the body, so just go ahead and do whatever needs to be done for the balancing of the hips.
It's balanced.
Good. Are the legs better now?
Yes, lighter.
Anything else?
No.
So the scan is complete?
Yes.
Okay. So before we finish this journey, I want to give you an opportunity to give Sarah any message that you'd like before we let you go.
You are on the right path, and you will find the answers if you keep searching.
Thank you. So now I'm going to ask the higher consciousness to begin to recede to where it belongs, with much love and thanks for the help and information that it has given Sarah today. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the session. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you click on the bell, you will be notified of any of my future postings. Thank you. Bye.